What's up YouTube, NCG here, bringing you a Blue Eyes Chaos Max build. Now, I think this deck could be very, very strong in this meta because it has the ability to run probably one of the best out cards in the entire game at this moment in time, and that's Denko Sekka. And it can main Denko Sekka, and there's also the ability, I haven't mained them into the deck, but there's also the ability of the deck to main Galaxy Soldiers and Cyber Dragon Infinity. So I'll show you the engine and probably what you could take out towards the end, but without further ado, I'm going to crack straight into it. So, double Blue Eyes Chaos Max build. Now you can play this at free, I just wanted to try and minimise any clogging. It was the first one that kind of stuck out to me in order for the Denko. So what you've got to remember about this build is I'm trying to main the free Denko because I want to see it. Now the best thing about the Chaos Max is it's very, very specific of how people can out it, because I mean, if you're attacking a defense position monster and it's got 0 attacks, if you moon one of their like Zodiacs or anything like that, you're pretty much going for game. But if you then have the ability to get out Blue Eyes Chaos, not Blue Eyes Chaos Max, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, you're pretty much going for game. So with the addition of Denko, you normal the Denko, lock out their back row completely because they've then got no outs. And if they do have an out, it's going to be warning and they'll be using it on your Denko. Which then means if you activate any of your spells for Chaos Max, you're kind of in the clear. You're then basically asking your opponent, come at me with, you have to open up with 2 cards. They either have to open up with Imperial Order or Solemn Warning, which, you know, that's a 2 in 40 chance. If they're playing a 40 card deck, if they're playing a 60 card deck, you know, you're asking for a little bit more. So Blue Eyes Chaos Max can be very, very strong. And obviously, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Yes, Kaijus are around, but the hopes are that you finish the game off before you've had to leave this guy on board for too long. Next up, triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. Very standard on that one. Triple Blue Eyes Alternative, and a single Dragon Spirit of White. Now, I do want to play this at 2, but it is a 41 card deck, and I did take the other one out for Denko, purely because I think Denko is just so powerful at this moment in time in this game. And the other best thing about this deck is because it runs Rituals, Xyzs and Synchros, a barrier isn't as effective against this deck. Triple Manju to search out either your Ritual spell or your Chaos Max when needed. Triple Sage Revisor Blue to help you special summon out your Blue Eyes. And triple the White Stone of Ancients, again to get out your Blue Eyes. Single Maxi, and then we go into your triple Denko Sekka. Now, this is what I'm saying, you play so many light monsters, you can easily put in Galaxy Soldiers and help circle yourself around into Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then get a Chaos Max on board as well, and you're just sitting there like, well, you're not going to be able to do a huge amount. So it's kind of, it's still in its testing phase. I just feel that, again, like Kaijus used to be, and they probably still are a little bit now, if you have the ability to main Denko Sekka and not have to worry about it, and not worry about your normal summon, I think you've given yourself a great advantage in the first game. Now, you know, Paleo's out there. Paleo is kind of the it deck at this moment in time, and for now anyway. And you know that when they're going to side, they're going to be siding for Denkos. They know Denkos kill them. That, like, Denko is a 1 card out. As long as they haven't got their Toad on board, Denko is your 1 card out. And then in this deck, because you have the ability to clear Toad off when you want to anyway, because you can bring out your big beaters and it's just done. Denko then just locks down their back row, so they've not got any more out, so they can't activate their barriers, they can't activate anything like this. And I mean, if they don't know what you're playing and you normal summon the Denko, you know, GG. Now, the siding is where it becomes more important in this deck, because then you need to either, if you think your opponent's going to be siding for your Denkos and they have lots of outs for your Denkos, you take them out, and then you can put in your Galaxy Soldiers and stuff like that. You can really juggle around with this deck. It's also been given an extra boost because Vanity's Emptiness is gone, so you don't really need to worry about that trap anymore. Now onto your spells. Triple Melody of Awakened Dragon. Now this also searches out your Chaos Max, obviously your Eternatus and Blue Eyes as well. Triple Return of the Dragon Lords, because, you know, reviving your dragons and then being able to banish this. So with Utopia the Lightning, if your opponent attacks you with Utopia the Lightning, you can banish this as well, because it's not activating effect, it's a replacement, which was quite recently ruled on in a regionals, and a couple of regionals. Triple Trade in to get out of those brick hands, so if you do open up with like 2 normal Blue Eyes in hand, you want to dump one, go, and then you've got your ability to revive it if need be. Double Swords of Concealing Light, you can play this at 3, you could also put a Book of Moon in here. This is literally to go, if your opponent's got a full monster board, let's say you activate Swords of Concealing Light, flip everything face down, normal summon your Denko, they've not got anything, and then if you have the ability to get Chaos Max out, you're laughing, that's game. Double Chaos Form, double Advanced Ritual, these just get your Chaos Maxes out. Double Twin Twisters, just in case your opponent does, if you don't get your Denko and they do flip a trap on you, because this deck plays no traps whatsoever in the main, if your opponent activates Imperial Order, chain Twin Twister on it, this deck doesn't mind discarding. If you do find yourself that you don't have the discard fodder, you can easily change this for an MST, it's just to get out of the Imperial Order. Regeki for the board wipe, and then a Silver's Cry that you can bump up if you want, but obviously Silver's Cry is there to push the game, but then there are points where you want to set it and then during your opponent's turn flip it, so wherever you've got your Denko in play, you're not really too fussed about that. So that's it for the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. Now, we play 1 Crystal Wing because it's the strongest synchro in the game at this moment in time and this deck can make it. We play double Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Again, such a good card in this deck. Stops your opponent special summoning more than 2 monsters at a time. Azure Eyes, revives your Blue Eyes, and you can bring him out of Spirit. Vermilion Dragon, to recycle your banished stones if you need to, if the game drags on a little bit. And then you've got a Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, an Ancient Fairy Dragon, and a Michael Arch Light Swarm. Again, they're your targets off of Spirit Dragon, and then you put a tuner on top of these, and you're going straight into Crystal Wing. I do play the 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, just in case I do get 2 Blue Eyes out on board. This card is very, very nice, a very, very good card, and very, very strong, because it banishes whatever it battles. Now on to the XYZs. Alzi the Civilian High Protector, I just generally like this card quite a lot. Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. And then you've got your kind of like your Galaxy Eyes kind of lineup. So you've got Cypher Dragon, your Full Armor Photon, your Dark Matter Dragon, again is very, very strong, and a number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So with the Chaos Max, you don't have to worry mass amounts of going into your extra deck, but they're there as a safety precaution. So then you've got, this is just like what else you could put in. This deck can easily main Kaijus, the level 8s, because you've got the trade-ins to get rid of them if you need be. But it's very, very rare that the deck needs to worry about, if they can get out Chaos Max, it's very rare that they have to worry about anything too big on the board. I mean, yeah, if your opponent's got Crystal Wing, you're in a little bit of trouble because the second you drop a Chaos Max on them, they're going to gain the 4,000 attack with your Chaos Max. So this is your natural out to Crystal Wing, especially when it's being made indestructible. Other than that, you've got your Swords Concealing Light to flip it face down and deal with it that way. So that's just kind of some of the outs for your Crystal Wing. You've also got, you know, you can go into your Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter and clear them off, or your Full Armor and stuff like that, and just go through them. And then you've got your Cyber Dragons and your Cyber Dragon Infinity. Again, this is another nice first turn kind of lockout. You can easily side in your Galaxy Soldiers if you wanted to. And like I said, you've got the light targets that you don't mind discarding. I mean, if you open up with 2 Denkos, you can dump one of those. If you open up with too many stones, too many sages, too many manjus, you know, if you open up with your alternates, you want to clear them out, or your Blue Eyes out. You've just got so many targets for your Galaxy Soldier that the only downside is because you run such a hefty amount of spells as well, you do have the ability to break. I think it's about, so that's the amount of spells you run, and that's the amount of monsters. So I think it's just a little bit more spells than monsters. But most of your spells are all going to get you out of sticky situations. So the Cyber Dragon engine isn't necessary, which is why I didn't put it in as a main, but it can be easily put in. You can also make this deck a little bit more budget if you want. You could take out the Crystal Wings. Your Denkos you can take out, there's no need to have them in there. I just feel in this meta at this moment in time, it is just too strong not to play against Paleos. And then especially with everyone playing barriers and stuff like that, it's too strong to just be able to go, like, unless your opponent knows exactly what you're playing, and knows exactly what's in your hand, especially with this deck. I mean, let's say you do open up with a Denko and they go Barrier, and they call Ritual to stop you getting your Chaos Max out. You go, right, that's fine. And then you go, sorry, you can then still normal summon your Denko to stop any warnings or strikes or anything along the back row, or bait out the warnings. You can then go you can get 2 Blue Eyes out on board quite easily and go into an XYZ. You can get a Blue Eyes and a Tuner out on board and go into a Synchro. You still then have the ultimate plays to go for without much worry. So that is it. Very short, very simple, to the point. Ritual Chaos Max Blue Eyes build. Yeah, and I think it'll still be very, very good in Link format as well. So I hope you find this helpful. I'm not saying this is the new it deck, that this deck will wreck stuff. I just feel that any deck that has the ability to get big beaters out like Blue Eyes and Denko can use Denko without worrying about it, you know, it's going to be a strong contender. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, see ya.